what we're trying to do and what the attempt is it possible for the myriad of cultures that are represented in our culture in America, is it possible for us to come together and begin to put down our differences and create eldership? It's been my experience that it's not necessarily so, that men can come together and begin to look at their own maturity and eldership and hold that space for each other.
The Inside Circle is a not-for-profit organization. It is really the vision of three men, Rob Albee, Don Morrison, and Bob Peterson. And their concept of the Inside Circle was to bring men from the outside to help facilitate inmates into looking at accountability in their lives.
As I started doing the workshops with the guys in the writing class, mainly what I was trying to introduce to them was a connection with their feeling, with what they were feeling. In fact, in all the workshops, when a guy would come into the class, I would get some one-on-one time with him and just straight out ask him, what do you want from me? Why are you here? What do you want to do? And one of the Hispanic guys that got struck out really at a really young age, came in his late teens and had life. He's in his middle 20s, and what he said he wanted me to do was to help him to remember how to feel. And so to being able to reconnect with their emotions, what they feel, was a big thing for some of them, because they had cut that all off. They had severed themselves from what they feel. In order to commit the kind of violence and the kind of crime that they were committing, a person has to cut themselves off from what they feel in order to do that.
What I witnessed over a week's time were men slowly beginning to trust other men. I saw a man weep deeply about his inability to understand the circumstances in his life that had led him to this prison sentence. And he was able to, with clarity, go back in his life and look at moments when he had reached a crossroad and where decisions needed to be made, and how he was inadequate in making those decisions, either on his own or because he didn't have a mentoring process. We offer a mentoring process. We offer a way for men to look authentically inside of themselves and be accountable for the decisions in their life and to make better decisions in the future.
For years, I felt hopeless about the prison situation. I saw that men were being warehoused. The political establishment had no idea how to deal with this problem. The guards had no idea how to deal with the problems other than to lock them up. And I've seen gang leaders in the prisons transformed. I've seen them ask each other for forgiveness. I've seen them pass on what otherwise would have been situations where retribution was called for. The work that we're doing in prison, first of all, can have a ripple effect in the other prisons in California and maybe on across the country. But also, as these men get out and parole out, that they won't have to go back to the communities and the lives that they led, but they can see that they've got a destiny now outside of prison and can pursue that destiny and make changes in the lives of their children and their families and lead productive lives that has a true destiny.
This circle means, it means the world to me. It teaches me how to be an elder. It teaches me how to be the man, and that's what I'm trying to embrace as strongly as I can.
He moved us into these places, these sacred places that I didn't have a clue existed at the time. He taught me how to be a man. He's changed my life. I'm a decent human being because of him.
He taught me how to deal with my demons, deal with issues in my life, something I never learned on the streets. And for a lot of us that are incarcerated, that's something we don't learn. When we were kids growing up, we never learned how to do that. And the Inside Circle has taught us to do that.
Rob's a soldier, but he's fighting a peaceful war.
If you treat each other right out there, and if you treat each other the way you want to be treated, then you won't need to have prisons anymore.